Check 1, 2, 3.
Just a quick reminder to put your phones on silent, please. I will now ask Ms. Jamacy Cox and Ms. Soraya Holder to join us at the podium.
Please stand for the national anthem.
You may sit. Mr. Robin Douglas, Principal of the Combermere School and President of the Barbados Association of Principals of Public Secondary Schools. Mr. Clifford Gooden-Edghill, Marketing Manager, Barbados Bottling Company Limited, Title Sponsor, Dasani. Ms. Janice Brewster Charles, Brand Manager, Dasani and Powerade. Ms. Sonja Goodrich, Principal, Springer Memorial, Chairman of Bssac. Mr. Dennis Brown, Host Principal of the St. George Secondary School. Mr. Stephen Jackman, Principal, the Lodge School. Bssac Mr. Dave Small, Teacher at the St. Michael School, Meet Director of Bssac. Mr. Dorian Bess, Teacher, the St. George Secondary School, Technical Director of Bssac. Management Committee of Bssac, Principals, Deputy Principals, Teachers, Coaches, Officials, Athletes, specially invited guests, members of the media. Good morning. We will now invite Mr. Stephen Jackman, principal of the Law School, who will bless us with the opening prayer.
Could we stand, please? Heavenly Father, we approach your throne asking for your infinite mercy and blessing. We ask that you bless this gathering today as we launch Bssac for 2026. We ask your hand in guidance on all that we do during this athletic season, and that it all abounds to the good of our young people and for your further glory. This we ask in your Son's Jesus Christ's name. Amen.
Blessings having been so wonderfully requested, I have no doubt that this morning's proceedings will flow smoothly and without incident. Mr. Robin Douglas, principal of the Combermere School, will now be giving the official welcome. Mr. Douglas.
Mr. Clifford Gooding-Edgell, Marketing Manager, Barbados Bottling Company Limited, title sponsor, Dasani. Ms. Shanice Brewster-Charles, Brand Manager for Dasani and Powerade. Ms. Sandra Goodrich, Principal of Springer Memorial and Chairman of Bssac. Mr. Dennis Brown, Host, Principal of the St. George School, Secondary School. Mr. Stephen Jackman. Mr. Stephen Jackman, Principal of the Lord School. Mr. Dave Small, Teacher of the St. Michael School, Meet Director of Bssac. Mr. Dorian Best, Teacher of the St. George Secondary School, Technical Director of Bssac. The Management Committee of Bssac, other principals, coaches, officials, athletes, specially invited guests, members of the media. Good morning to you all. Good morning. Okay, good. It is my pleasure to welcome us to the launch of the Barbados Secondary Schools Athletics Championship for 2026. As one of the preeminent committees of the Barbados Association of Principals of Public Secondary Schools, BAPS, we understand and place great worth in the work of Bssac. Every year, Bssac gives an opportunity for our athletes, our student athletes, to present themselves through grand and amazing competition as the best that this country has to offer in terms of youth sports development in athletics. Indeed, we have seen many examples of this through the years. I can call a few names of individuals who have, through our process of Bssac, been able to go on to represent Barbados on the world stage. Persons like Akila Jones and John Jones. Akila Jones of the Springer Memorial School. John Jones and Victor Houston of Graydon Seeley School. Jonathan Jones and Shade Williams of Coleridge and Parry. And even Tion Haynes of my very own Combermere. These are just but a few of the names that have come out of the process of Bssac, where we understand the importance of athletic endeavor, of athletic competition, and the way that it builds the qualities that we want to see in our youth, the qualities that we want to see for our citizens. Good teamwork, camaraderie, sportsmanship, honor, and dignity in competition. So, without further ado, I bid you welcome to this opening event, our launch of Bssac 2026. Thank you.
I'm really looking forward to the promising athletic performances from you young people. I thank Mr. Douglas for welcoming us to the start of the season. And we now welcome Ms. Sandra Goodrich, principal of the Springer Memorial School, to deliver our first address. Ms. Goodrich.
Mr. Robin Douglas, principal of the Combermere School and president of BAPS, Mr. Clifford Gooden-Edgell, marketing manager of the Barbados Bottling Company Limited, title sponsor, Dasani, Mr. Stephen Jackman, who would have delivered our prayer this morning, a former head of BAPS and our head of security, Mr. Dave Small, the teacher, before Mr. Dave Small, how could I forget? Mr. Dennis Brown, who has welcomed me back to the Lion's Den this morning. It is good to be back after so many years. Thank you so much, sir, for hosting us today. Mr. Dave Small, teacher of the St. Michael's School and meet director of Bssac. Mr. Dorian Best, teacher right here at St. George Secondary and our technical director. The management committee of Bssac, principals, coaches, officials, athletes, specially invited guests, members of the media who we could not do without. Good morning. Oh, good. I was waiting because you know I'm one of these people that will say good morning again until you get it right. It gives me great pleasure this morning to add my words of welcome in this brief address to all of you as we launch Bssac 2026. As you've heard, the Barbados Association of Principals of Public Secondary School, known as BAPS, is the governing body of the Barbados Secondary Schools Athletics Championship, or Bssac. And as BAPS representative, it's my honor to again lead such a dynamic team that produces this showcase of awesome talent of young athletes in our nation. Bssac 2026 is again elated to have as our title sponsor, Dasani, represented here today by Mr. Clifford Gooden-Edgell, the marketing manager of Barbados Bottling Company Limited. And this company continues to heavily invest in the development of our young athletic talent, an initiative started by the company decades ago. I know, because when I was 19, you were already sponsoring it, and I am just a little bit more than 19, a few decades, I should say, right? So we know how far back this sponsorship actually goes. Without their support, this high-caliber meet would not be possible. Not only do they invest funds, which are so greatly needed, but they provide product for the field events, the zonal championships, and the finals, as well as individual sports, school sports. Sir, we thank you for your continued commitment through this partnership, and we look forward to our continued collaboration. The Bssac Series 2026 officially kicks off this Friday, the 30th of January, with the Dighton Griffith Secondary School, first out of the blocks. And it will conclude an action-packed month with the St. George Secondary School on Tuesday, the 24th of February. One of our private schools, St. Winifred, actually goes into March. It will be remiss of me this morning not to mention the absence of the former co-chair. I think all our hearts are hurted. The co-chair of this committee, Mr. Andrew Brathwaite, who's away from us this year. Andrew will be greatly missed since each year he does so much behind the scenes to ensure the success of these championships. So before the media asks, I will say to you that we hope to include a few people in our team to be able to do all of what Andrew used to do. And we trust that we will all be able to get that done. Andrew, if you're watching, we will miss you, but we will do you and your legacy proud. I want to extend thanks to the entire team, and I now take this opportunity to acknowledge the management team and the heads of the events that are present. So if you're a member of the management team, rather than me having to single you out, please stand. All members of the Bssac management team. Head of security, sir, please stand with the others. Remain standing. I want to acknowledge all of the persons who are standing, but to say that, so that you understand that the team is made up of PE teachers, is made up of administrators in all kinds of fields, as well as principals. And this team works extremely hard. I remember our last meeting in December at the Springer Memorial School. We were there for the entire day, and the only thing we had to eat afterwards would have been ham cutters. We worked the entire day to ensure that all of what we had to do was done. So let's give a round of applause to this team. Thank you, ladies and gents. Bssac is indeed a team effort and involves the goodwill of several persons. To this end, sincere gratitude must be extended to Principal Dennis Brown and his team here at St. George Secondary for hosting the launch, Mrs. Suzette Holder and her team at the Lester Vaughan School, which will host the Secretariat, and Mrs. Kayleen Kelman Holder and the team at Harrison College, where the Field Events Championships will be hosted this year. Colleagues or your representatives, we are indeed grateful to all of you. The public at large, though, wouldn't be interested in all the things that I just said. They're really interested in finding out when this meet is going to be, where they can get tickets, etc. So at this time, I want to highlight a few things. On the 4th, 5th, and 6th of March, the Shakira Shori Field Events Championship will be held at Harrison College. On the 16th and 17th, the Esther Maynard and Shane Brathwaite zone will be first out of the blocks at the Usain Bolt, followed by the Frank Blackman and Shade Williams zone on the 19th and the 20th. The 25th, the 26th, and the 27th is when we'll be all jostling for points, and where every point is going to matter to that big finale. And that, again, will be at the Usain Bolt. The zonal championships will have a $10 entry fee for adults, and this is going to be payable at the door. The finals will carry a $25 entry fee for adults, and admission is by ticket only. So I want you to note, if you don't have a ticket, you definitely will not be getting in. Student tickets will cost $10 for the finals, but they will only be sold at the schools, the individual schools. Our usual box office for the public should be Duty Free Caribbean, who have partnered with us over the years. So today, we begin an action-packed school series where many schools and their student athletes are excited to showcase their talents. Schools are feverishly working with athletes in training, aiming to produce their best on the Bssac stage. It is hoped that the performances at Bssac 2026 will again lay the foundation for Carifta 2026 to be held again after just 2 years in the Isle of Spice, Grenada. I encourage all of you to support Bssac 2026 and all of the weekend meets, as together with your support, our athletes will grow from strength to strength. In conclusion, I take this opportunity to wish our hard-working athletes, many of you represented here today, and coaches a very good season. I want to wish you well this season. May all of you excel beyond your expectations, and may you continue to be excellent ambassadors for the youth in this nation. God bless you.
What a dynamic address by Ms. Goodridge. We thank you. As you have heard, the Barbados Bottling Company Limited, Dasani, they've been with us for decades, providing not only the necessary funds to run this meet, but also hydration products for our student athletes. Our student athletes truly appreciate the products, and you can see by how they clamor for them at the different competitions, at our school competitions and at Bssac. So student athletes especially, but everyone present and hearing us on the internet, I ask you to join me in welcoming Mr. Clifford Gooden-Edghill, the marketing manager of Barbados Bottling Company, Dasani, our title sponsor. Mr. Gooden-Edghill.
With protocol having been established, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It is an honor to stand here once again as we launch another exciting season of the Barbados Secondary Schools Athletic Championships, an event that has earned its place as one of the most anticipated events on our national calendar. For over 4 decades, the Barbados Bottling Company, through its many brands, has been a proud partner of Bssac. Throughout these years, we've witnessed firsthand the power of this championship, not only as a sporting event, but as a true development platform for the youth of Barbados. This partnership is not something we take lightly. It represents our belief in the potential of our young people and our commitment to helping them shine. Today, I'm pleased to reaffirm that commitment. BBC has pledged our support with the Dasani brand with another multi-year agreement to continue the sponsorship of this phenomenal event. Bssac remains strong, sustainable, and equipped to give every young athlete the opportunity to excel. We're here for the long run, just like the athletes who will take to the track in the weeks ahead. Bssac has always been more than medals, records, and school pride. Over the years, we've seen this championship shape some of the finest athletes our island has produced. Many of our national sporting heroes began their competitive journey right here, wearing their school colors with the same nervous excitement and fierce determination we will still see over the coming weeks. This championship continues to serve as a pipeline for national, regional, and international sporting success. But beyond the podium, sport plays a powerful role in shaping character. It teaches us discipline, resilience, teamwork, courage, and the ability to rise after a setback, qualities that matter not just on the field, but in life. Every training session, every heat, every baton exchange becomes a lesson in responsibility and personal growth. That is the true value of Bssac, and that is why the Barbados Bottling Company remains committed to this partnership. To the athletes, this is your moment. Whether you are running your first race or defending a title, remember that you are part of a legacy. Compete with heart, represent your school with pride. Most importantly, enjoy every second of this journey. To the coaches, teachers, organizers, volunteers, and parents, we thank you. Your encouragement and dedication are the backbone of this championship and of our youth development in Barbados. And to the Bssac committee, thank you for your vision, your leadership, and your continued trust. We look forward to another thrilling season filled with passion, excellence, and unforgettable performances. On behalf of the Barbados Bottling Company, I wish all participants the very best. Let's make this season one of the most inspiring in Bssac history. Thank you, and God bless.
Sir, we really appreciate your continued commitment to our legacy. And a little off script here, how many persons here, non-students, ran at inter-school sports at some point? Pardon? Ma'am asked if your mouth counted. How many persons? How many persons? Okay, we see a few, right? Okay, good. And we can see, and you can talk about the excitement. Sometimes on the internet, I'm seeing now some reels from back in the 80s and seeing times with Obadele, and so that was my time. And then coming along, and you know, Sade and Carrie, and so we can really attest to how much being a part of inter-school sports has made us who we are. And we really thank all of you, all the sponsors, all the teachers, all the coaches, principals that continue to commit to this legacy to make the young people who they are. We are really strong and firm craftsmen of our fate, as the national anthem says. Now, under that tent at Bssac, I remember the days at the National Stadium and now at Usain Bolt. Under that tent at Bssac, it is hot. It is busy. It is hectic. there is no glory there. You guys, you have the glory. You're leaving it all on the track, but there is no glory there. However, there is a team that works there to make sure that our meat flows. And I really, truly appreciate them, and I hope that you guys really appreciate them too. Before that, there's a secretariat where we do the entries and we get them in, and that is also an amazing team. Mr. Dorian Best, he's a technical director of Bssac. He is a teacher here at the St. George Secondary School, and he is now invited to the podium to give a short address. Welcome, Mr. Best.
Protocol having been established, I will briefly take you through the technical outline of Bssac 2026. As you heard, our Bssac School Series starts on January 30th and runs to March 13th with the St. Winifred School. All of these inter-house championships lead us into our Bssac competition. This year, there are 27 participating schools, 23 public secondary schools, and 4 private schools. We also welcome back Lockerbie College to the championship, as they will bring a small team to the competition. Lockerbie did not compete for the last 3 or 4 years. As previously mentioned, our competition dates, our field competition, which will be held at Harrison College from the 4th to the 6th of March. Then we go into the Esther Maynard and Shane Braffett zone from the 16th to the 17th of March. The Frank Blackman and Sade Williams zone from the 19th to the 20th of March, and the Bssac final from the 25th to the 27th of March at the Usain Bolt Sports Complex. Our zone structure remains unchanged since we are using a 3-year cycle, and this is the second full year of our zone competition in this cycle. So in the Esther Maynard and Shane Braffett zone, we have the Alling School, Almond Paris Academy, Christchurch Foundation School, Combermere School, Dighton Griffith, Frederick Smith, Grantley Adams, Graydon Seeley, Leicester Vaughan, Providence Secondary, Springer Memorial, St. George Secondary, St. Leonard's Boys, and Young Explorers Barbados, 80 athletes. Now let me take you to the field event. Now, we have had a lack of facilities in Barbados for a while, and to host our field event and track event sometimes are difficult. Last year, we held our field event championship at Queen's College, and we're moving back to Harrison College. But this lack of facility has actually had a positive for us. Since we have been able to create the field event competition, this standalone field event competition allows our PE teachers, coaches, and athletes to pay a lot more attention to field events. And you would see it at our field event competition where people like Mr. Small and all of those gather very closely and intently to follow the field events. At Harrison College, we will be doing the discus, shot put, and javelin in all divisions. The long jump, under 17 and under 20, and triple jump, girls open, under 17 boys. We will do the other field events at Usain Bolt during the zones, which will be the high jump, the long jump for the juniors, and the triple jump. So the performances from the field event competition at Harrison College will be eligible for consideration for the Carifta Games. It falls within the time span for eligibility. So that is another incentive to our athletes to perform well. We always get questions surrounding the scoring of our field event competition, and I will seek to clarify the process. All competitors in our field event competition are given 3 attempts, at least 3 attempts. Those attempts are compiled and scored in zones, and those points are carried forward to the zone competition. The top 8 competitors then advance to the next round, which becomes our final, and those competitors are given 3 more attempts, and the final result, those scores go forward to the Bssac final. So our first 3 attempts at the zone, at the field event champs, those points go toward the zone. Well, the other 3 attempts, those points go towards our final. That's how we work out the field event competition. Well, we would have listed the 3 days for the final of Bssac, which would have been the 25th, 26th, and 27th. The Wednesday will continue to be a half day of competition. And on that day, we will have the semifinals of the 400 meter and the finals of the 3,000 and 5,000 meters. 3,000 girls and the 5,000 meter boys, as well as the senior triple jump. Our meet then continues as usual for the finals, the Thursday and the Friday, and Ms. Goodridge would have taken through the ticket prices, etc., and where you can get those tickets from. And I will tell you that the tickets go on sale from the first week of March from Duty Free Caribbean, and you can also get those tickets available at Usain Bolt Complex during the days of the zone competition. So as I close, we have officially launched Bssac 2026 this morning. And we do so in confidence in the talent, discipline, and sportsmanship of every participant. May the competition this year be fierce, but fair. And may it demonstrate the dedication of our athletes, PE teachers, and coaches. I thank you.
As we follow the program, we now see that we are at a question and answer segment. If you wish to ask any questions, there is a mic in the middle. Oh, we have a young man coming. Very good. Oh, he's a technical, part of a technical crew. So we do have a question and answer segment. If there is anyone that has a question for any members of the committee. Yes, sir.
Yeah, morning. Just a question in relation to the field event finals. I think it was over the last 2 years. Dorian would have mentioned it, the Queen's College, back to Harrison College now. What would have necessitated, or what were the conditions that caused the switch back?
Sometimes availability is one thing, but for sure, Harrison College provides us with a central location. And note that we can hold all of our field events, the jumps, the long jump, the shot put, discus, and javelin at Harrison College. So we held it there for 2 years. We went to Queen's College, but you know, we consider Harrison College a good central location. Both locations are very good. But the reality is we can get all of our field events in at Harrison College. It gives us less stress down when we get to Usain Bolt with the number of events that we have. Any other questions from the media?
Hi, good morning, Dorian. The last time that we were at 8C, we had a challenge with the triple jumpers in terms of the length of the sand pit. The Division 1 boys were really close to the edge. Has the sand pit been extended?
Right, so we've actually moved the senior boys from Harrison College, and the only jump that will take place at Usain Bolt is that senior triple jump that you're referring to. So we have made accommodation for that. The boys obviously jump very far, and therefore we will do that triple jump the Wednesday of the final at Usain Bolt. Any other questions from the media? Or anybody for that matter?
There being no further questions, we will continue to the vote of thanks. Having received the medical excuse from the program, the scheduled speaker, Mr. Dave Small. I will proceed with the vote of thanks. Mr. Dorian Best, the technical director, thank you for being so thorough with your address. Having been so thorough, we had very few questions this morning. Mr. Clifford Gooden-Edghill, again, we appreciate your continued sponsorship and we appreciate your commitment to our young people. Ms. Sandra Goodrich, again, very dynamic, very eloquent speaker, and we appreciate the information about the Bssac, the schedule of the Bssac and where we will get our tickets. Mr. Douglas, we appreciate our welcome. I felt very welcome to the St. George Secondary School and to the season of the Bssac. Mr. Stephen Jackman, we thank you for your prayer. As you would have noticed on the schedule, ladies and gentlemen, he was not scheduled to do the prayer, but he stepped in and stepped up, as we always know him to. Ladies and gentlemen, members of the media, teachers, coaches, principals, deputy principals, athletes, and all of our specially invited guests, we thank you for being in attendance. Have a great day.
We have refreshments after. Yes, Julie? So you can allow the head table and the principals, especially